You might be wondering why you've been feeling the way you do lately, why certain things have been happening in your life, and why you seem to perceive things that others don't. The truth is, not everyone is built to see beyond the surface of life. Not everyone is ready to understand the deeper layers of existence, the invisible threads that tie us all together. But you've started to notice, haven't you? Little things that others miss. Moments that seem to speak directly to your soul, nudging you towards something greater, something beyond the ordinary. You see, only the strongest chosen ones catch these signs. And the reason you're seeing them is because you are one of them. You've always felt different, haven't you? Like you were meant for something more. Like there was something inside you calling out to be discovered, something powerful, something that couldn't be ignored forever. That's because you've been chosen for a higher path, and now the universe is speaking to you, guiding you, showing you the signs that can only be seen by those who are strong enough, wise enough, brave enough to follow them. But here's the thing, these signs aren't always obvious. They don't always come in the form of a loud, unmistakable message. Sometimes they're subtle, quiet, almost hidden. And that's intentional. You see, only the strongest chosen ones have the patience and the awareness to notice them. It's a test in a way to see if you're ready. Because once you begin to see these signs, once you start to follow them, your life will never be the same. You'll be pushed out of your comfort zone. You'll be asked to face your fears, to confront the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. But you'll also be given the tools, the wisdom, and the strength to rise to the occasion, to step into your true power.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
So, what are these signs? Have you noticed that certain patterns keep repeating in your life? Maybe it's a number you keep seeing, or a specific word or phrase that seems to pop up everywhere. Maybe it's a feeling, a deep knowing that you can't quite explain, but it's there, urging you to pay attention. Or maybe it's the people you've been encountering lately. Are they different from the people you used to surround yourself with? Or do they seem to be on the same wavelength as you, even if you've only just met? These are not coincidences. These are signs, and they're telling you that something is shifting in your life. Something big is coming. But here's the question, are you ready to listen? Are you ready to follow where these signs are leading you? Because this path is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who want to stay comfortable, who want to keep living the same life day in and day out. So this path is for the ones who are ready to evolve, to grow, to step into their true potential. And that's why only the strongest chosen ones see these signs, because only the strongest are ready to take on what comes next. But let me ask you something. What will you do with this knowledge? Now that you know you've been chosen, now that you've started to see the signs, how will you respond? So will you ignore them, pretend they're not there, and continue living your life as if nothing has changed? Or will you lean in? Will you trust that these signs are leading you to something greater, something that's been waiting for you all along? The choice is yours, but remember, only the strongest chosen ones can see these signs, and you wouldn't be seeing them if you weren't ready. Now that you've recognized the signs, you're probably feeling a mixture of excitement and uncertainty. That's normal. The path of the chosen is not an easy one, but the rewards are beyond anything you can imagine. You're being called to step into a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more capable than you've ever known. But here's the thing, to become that version of yourself, you're going to have to let go of the old you. The you that lived in fear, the you that doubted your own worth, the you that played small to fit in with others. That version of you can't come on this journey. And that's why this path is so difficult. Because letting go of your old self is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But it's also the most liberating. Think about it. How many times have you held yourself back, because you were afraid of what others would think, because you didn't want to stand out, because you didn't believe you were good enough. How many opportunities have you missed because you were too afraid to take a leap, too afraid to trust yourself? Those days are over. The signs you're seeing, the ones that only the strongest chosen ones can see, they're telling you that it's time to rise. It's time to step into your power, to stop playing small, and to start living the life you were meant to live. But here's the truth: this path will test you. It will push you to your limits. You will be asked to face your fears, to confront your doubts, and to keep moving forward, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. But that's how you grow. That's how you become the strongest version of yourself. And every time you overcome a challenge, every time you push through the fear, you'll come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose. Let me ask you this: what are you willing to sacrifice to become the person you were meant to be? What are you willing to let go of in order to step into your full power? Because this journey, it requires sacrifice. It requires a willingness to leave behind the things that no longer serve you, the things that are holding you back. And that's not always easy, but the rewards are worth it. Imagine what your life would look like if you fully stepped into your power. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up every day knowing that you are living your purpose, that you are exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you were meant to do. That's the life that is waiting for you, but only if you're willing to take the first step, only if you're willing to trust the signs, to follow where they lead, even when it's scary, even when you don't know what's coming next. Because that's the thing about this journey, it requires a leap of faith. It requires you to trust that the universe has your back, that the signs you're seeing are there for a reason, and that if you follow them, you will be led to exactly where you need to be. But here's the question: do you trust yourself enough to take that leap? Do you believe in yourself enough to follow the signs, even when it feels like you're walking into the unknown? Because that's what it takes to us to be one of the strongest chosen ones. It takes courage. It takes faith. And most of all, it takes a deep knowing that you are meant for something greater, that you were chosen for a reason, and that you have everything you need within you to succeed. As you continue on this path, you'll begin to realize that the signs you've been seeing are not external things, they're reflections of what's happening inside of you. The universe is speaking to you through your own intuition, guiding you towards your destiny. And here's the thing: your intuition is your greatest gift. It's the key to unlocking your true potential, to stepping into your purpose, to becoming the person you were meant to be. But here's the problem: most of us have been taught to ignore our intuition. We've been taught to trust logic, reason, and the opinions of others over our own inner knowing. And that's why so many people are lost, why so many people never realize their true potential, because they're disconnected from their intuition, from that inner voice that's always guiding them towards their highest self. But not you. You're different. You've always felt that pull, that inner knowing, even if you didn't understand it at the time. And now, as you start to see the signs more clearly, you're beginning to realize that your intuition has been speaking to you all along. It's been guiding you, leading you towards this moment, towards this realization that you are one of the chosen ones, that you have a higher purpose, a greater calling. And now, it's time to start trusting that voice. It's time to start following your intuition, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it goes against what others are telling you. But here's the thing: trusting your intuition is scary. It requires you to let go of control, to stop trying to figure everything out, and to start trusting that you are being guided. And that's hard for a lot of people, especially in a world that values logic and reason over everything else. But here's the truth: your intuition is more powerful than you can imagine. It sees things that your logical mind can't. It knows things that you can't possibly understand yet. And if you learn to trust it, if you learn to follow it, it will lead you to exactly where you need to be. But let me ask you this: how often do you listen to your intuition? How often do you trust that inner voice, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it's telling you to do something that scares you? Because that's the key to unlocking your true potential. That's the key to stepping into your destiny. And the more you trust your intuition, the stronger it will become. The more you listen to it, the louder it will speak. And eventually, you'll reach a point where you won't need to look for external signs anymore, because you'll be so in tune with your intuition, with your inner knowing, that you'll always know what to do, where to go, and what steps to take next. Now that you've begun to trust your intuition, you'll start to realize something incredible. Your purpose is bigger than you ever imagined. You're not just here to live an ordinary life. You're not just here to go through the motions to survive, to get by. You're here to change the world. And I know that sounds like a big statement, but it's the truth. The signs you've been seeing, the intuition you've been feeling, it's all been leading you to this realization. You are here for a reason, and that reason is bigger than you. You see, the strongest chosen ones are not just here to live for themselves. We are here to uplift others, to inspire, to heal, to lead. Your purpose is not just about you, it's about the impact you're going to make on the world. It's about the lives you're going to touch, the people you're going to help, the change you're going to create. And that's why the universe has been guiding you, showing you these signs, nudging you towards your destiny. Because the world needs you. The world needs your light, your wisdom, your unique gifts. And now it's time for you to step into that role, to embrace your purpose fully, and to start making the impact you were born to make. But here's the thing, this journey is not just about achieving external success or recognition. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's about aligning with your true self, with your highest potential, and living in a way that is true to who you are at your core. And when you do that, when you align with your true purpose, everything else will fall into place. So success, the abundance, the fulfillment, it all come naturally as a result of you living your truth. But let me ask you this, what would your life look like if you fully embraced your purpose? If you stopped holding back, if you stopped doubting yourself, and if you started living every day with the intention of making an impact, of leaving the world better than you found it. Because that's what the strongest chosen ones do. We don't just live for ourselves, we live for something bigger, something greater. And that's where true fulfillment comes from. It comes from knowing that you are living your purpose, that you are making a difference, that you are using your gifts to create a better world. So, are you ready? Are you ready to step into your purpose fully, to embrace the signs, to trust your intuition, and to start living the life you were meant to live? Because the world is waiting for you, your destiny is waiting for you, and the time is now. Only the strongest chosen ones see these signs, and now that you're seeing them, it's time to act. It's time to rise. It's time to become the person you were always meant to be. The world needs you. Will you answer the call?